Hello, hello. Welcome to the final week of playoffs for our 2025 Reefscape TLS season. We got some interesting matches to watch here, and we'll get the final rankings at the end of this stream, and a few awards to give out at the end as well. Joining me today, we have Adam once again. We'll recognize him from last week, and our usual streamer.
Hello, everybody. Looking forward to see who wins those awards and who wins today. It's going to be some fun matches.
And our first match here is going to be Checkmate versus Team 9999. This is our lower final playoff match. And in a second, we'll get this underway.
All right, here
If
comes
you haven't,
match
sorry,
one.
go ahead. Match one underway. We've got Checkmate on blue and Team 9999 on red. Both teams off to the races so far. Even out of auto. Blue takes a slight lead at the end there. Bobcat immediately going for that algae. As blue seems to be doing the same. Evan throwing in one to the amp. Maybe they're trying to overflow a little bit. Ooh, big foul there on Bobcat.
It was a pretty even match up to that foul there.
Yeah, it was quite close. Evan looks like he's going to pop another one into that processor.
Yep, slight blue lead here on algae. Red does have a Sub-Zero, but they're not scoring much on their side yet.
Yeah, Bobcat did a lot on the other side of the field first. Was going for a lot of steals, but didn't really end up getting any, unfortunately. Red is now starting to get some bounce backs, though. So even though it is a pretty significant lead for the Blue Alliance at this point, could definitely come back if they spam this processor.
Yeah, good defense here. That really is the only way back into this match with such a large lead.
Yeah, minute left in this match, and Blue is still maintaining that lead. Just about finished up with their reef. They got a little bit more to do on that L2, it looks like.
Yeah, still a handful of algae to score as well. Ooh, almost a foul there on Bobcat.
Red Alliance Station is looking a little bit chaotic with all that coral on the floor.
Yeah, quite a bit of coral. Probably want
Or Evan
Bobcat
to be
to
able
go
to pick up.
clean that. Still a lot of scoring locations left for Red on that reef, but not much time to do it in.
Jello had an algae stuck in their hopper for a while there. Maybe intentionally trying to bring it back to Bobcat for this last score at the end. 5 seconds remaining. And it does appear that Blue will win 248 to 188 in the first match of this series. Highest contributor there was Casey of 86 points.
Yeah, pretty dominant win there. It was hard to tell who was really winning the algae battle because there was a lot of algae put in the processor by Red. Would have liked to see them do even more processors spamming to get some bounce backs near the end of that match, but at the end of the day, there was a pretty big coral diff. Red maybe filled about half their reef. There was still quite a lot in the backside of that reef.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely have some improvements that can be made from Team 9999.
For sure.
Checkmate, I think, just got to continue with what they have been doing here.
Yeah, pretty clean match from them overall there.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
and we'll get into this next match in just a second.
Here comes match number 2. Looks like Jello having a little bit of trouble there in auto. Blue getting all of theirs to start. Bobcat actually scores an algae in auto and goes to steal in auto. And he steals it. Don't think that scored quite in time, but still a really nice steal to start off auto there.
Absolutely impressive. We've seen it a couple times before, but maybe learning from other matches and coming in with a strategy to.
Yeah, kind of funny. I don't think I've seen anyone do it except you, Logan, and you did it in 2v2s mostly, once in a 3v3 match. So kind of fun that he got that off in a 3v3 matchup against you there.
Definitely the case.
Still a very even start here. That steal and auto, and just a slight algae lead, I think, for Red is helping.
Yeah, Bobcat stealing that algae.
Looks like you're trying to funnel those to the other side, but he's able to defend them. One is rolling away a little bit. Still very even. Ooh, and the foul there on Logan from Evan as he was stealing an algae, it appeared. Looks like Evan going back to processor spam some more again here. Just trying to stop you from stealing, I believe.
Yeah, a minute left in this match, and Red is in the lead.
Yeah, the algae diff and that foul, I think, is most of the difference right now. Blue is even or leading in coral, so it's really just the algae and the foul. Oof, looks like you got stuck there going under the...
Unfortunate gameplay from my side, but...
Another foul on C there.
Evan pops that one into the processor as well, so he gets bounced back. Doesn't end up getting one.
2 more algae left for Blue. That'll definitely help bring it closer, because there's nothing left on the red side of the field as we get to 30 seconds. Ooh, it looks like a double position foul on Casey, and maybe one on somebody on red. I think that was Bobcat.
20 seconds remaining.
Now.
It's 1 point game.
It's going to come down to
these
climbs.
probably.
Oh,
yeah. There's still 1 algae on the field.
Bobcat should go for that. It's in a safe position for him. Looks like you're trying to steal it. Ooh. No time to score it. Wow. Oh, had a missed climb by Blue. Still would have lost, but 222 to 210 for Red there, with 1 missed climb on Blue.
Yeah, unfortunate there for Blue. Just got a few too many fouls and some mess ups towards the beginning of the match there. Just couldn't catch back up.
Yeah, I mean, Red switched everything, right? They went from being negative 1 foul in the first match to being positive 2 fouls this match, and clearly winning the algae battle, especially coming out of auto. Great way to get their first win on the board there.
Absolutely. I believe that's their first win of the season as well. First match win, at least.
I know they did play a lot of 2v2 due to some scheduling issues that probably didn't help, but
yes,
getting on the board here in the lower finals bracket matchup. I definitely think if
already
Checkmate
1-1
cleans it up, they can close this out. They don't. They got a lot of self-inflicting problems in that match.
Yeah, gotta say we didn't have a lot of time around this one, so we just kind of went into this cold. But
yeah,
we'll see if we can pull it back together.
All right, starting match 3 in just a moment. Here we go.
Off to the races once again. Let's see if Bobcat does the same auto here of stealing an algae. Looks like he's going for it. And does get it. Not quite an auto, but still just about as effective. No real difference in points there. Blue is significantly in the lead here, though, with a strong auto. Unfortunate foul there on me.
Yeah, getting a foul back, that'll help. Looks like a little more of a focus here from Blue on algae early on.
Evan is proc spamming as well.
Is that going to fall back
They're
into the
looking
field?
for this.
It does.
Yeah, interesting bounce out there. He like got caught in the wall right outside.
Yeah.
So made it a little slower, but Blue is taking a commanding lead thus far.
Yeah,
150 to 112.
Red is really struggling on Coral here early on. They have a lot of scoring opportunities at this point left, so they could come back, but they have been struggling early here.
It looks like Bobcat is going to be helping with that now.
Yeah, he's done pretty well scoring on the Sub-Zero robot here. Most Sub-Zeros don't do a lot of Coral scoring. They just stay to that algae and defense.
Yes,
Red is bringing it back, only down by about 20 now.
Yeah, that is the advantage of having more Coral at the end of the match. You got higher point values, so you'll always catch back up as long as you're not too far behind in the algae, which I'm not sure gonna make able to make up the difference. Depends on how many they got through the processor.
We saw at least one bounce back. I think that was it though, so a decent algae lead here from Blue. Ooh, double foul possession on Casey there. That's not going to help. It's not what he's going for. If they play clean, they have a pretty clear path to win here with 15 seconds left.
Yeah, they're going to need some Blue miss climbs here, I think, and maybe a foul to catch back up.
Yeah,
7 seconds remaining. They're pushing this climb really late.
They are, which they need to.
They do.
Oof. Pretty
and
close.
They did get both of them, I believe,
Yeah.
so not bad from Red at all. If Blue missed both climbs there, they could have won the match by 1 point.
Yeah.
Put the pressure on for sure.
Yeah, well done to bring it back. I think it was like a 40-point lead at one point during that match. They brought it back down to 20, so well done. Just a slow start on their Coral that time, and Checkmate did a really good job to just prioritize algae early in that match, which put them off to a huge lead.
Yeah, we definitely recognized our mistake from the last match. Realized there was just a lot of poor play and focus on what we did in the first match. Make sure we win that algae battle early, and we should have it in the bag. So
yeah,
that will mean that Checkmate goes up 2-1 on Team 9999, and we'll be getting into match number 4 here in just a moment.
All right, here comes match number 4. Good start here from both alliances so far. Bobcat going for that algae scar once again. Is he going for a steal here? He is. Will Curtis stop it? He will not. He's going to get that off. Scored it a little bit late, but a nice lead from Red here out of auto. Going for another instant algae steal there. And he is fighting Logan for those algae in the corner there.
It's quite the tussle right now.
Yeah, I like Evan putting algae in the processor while that's happening. It's just a nice way to win that algae battle, where basically you have 2 robots scoring the algae.
Unfortunately, Casey did also in that tussle get stuck on the reef, so he had to reset there. It does put Red in the lead. We'll see if Blue can come back here.
Did you just score a Coral in the strat?
I may have scored. I may have scored a Coral in the barge.
Is that for bounce backs, I'm assuming?
We'll have to wait and see if it works in this match.
Okay.
As Red is pulling further ahead.
Yep. Pretty big algae lead, which is where most of the points are coming from. Blue's starting to processor, which is the correct thing to do when they're behind by algae this much. Ooh, and a really good foul on Bobcat as he's trying to steal algae. Logan also gets fouled, so it's traded back, though. Uh-oh. Oof, that was scary for Logan there. Gets away. Oh, I think Bobcat might have just processored for Checkmate. That was unfortunate.
Yeah, just got pushed into that algae and...
there's your first bounce back. You should keep putting those in. It's a decent Red lead, but with bounce backs, they can definitely make this closer.
Red, 30 seconds remaining. We'll see if they can do anything. Red is at 200 points already, so
Yep, 2 more bounce backs. It's bringing it closer, but it's still pretty out of reach. They're going to need a few more here, and they're going to need perfect climbs. Red going to climb a little early, which is a smart move with a big lead. Another blue bounce back as they keep going out. 1 second left.
And 221 for blue there. 241 for red. It will be a Red Alliance win. We did also get confirmation in the chat that it was the first match win of the season.
Wow.
For Team 999.
So I am curious, strategy-wise, what exactly the coral and the barge were for?
So it is a strategy to increase bounce backs. We performed it very poorly in that match, but
unfortunately, yeah, the lead was too big. I think you did get. I mean, you got a half dozen.
We did get it towards the
least.
end.
Yeah.
I think that was more in part to just approximating a lot, but
yeah.
The idea is that you can force more algae to that side of the barge, and you can get more bounce backs earlier in the match with just 1 or 2 in there, so they don't roll too far away.
Okay, that's an interesting strategy. See if it can maybe work a little more here. I mean, we are kind of going back and forth here. Another match. It seems like in this matchup, whoever wins the algae battle is winning the game, or winning that match.
Yeah, it seems to be so far.
We're now 2-2, and that has basically been the story so far. Team 9999 was much cleaner on their coral that round, which just allowed them to have a pretty comfortable lead down the stretch there. All right, getting ready for match 5 here. All right, here comes match number 5.
And we're underway. Looks like each team is sticking with their same autonomous mode. Red is pulling ahead though. Blue maybe messed up a little bit there. Came back at the end. Even autonomous, just about. Interesting here that Bobcat is playing defense on the strategy that they saw last time. They adapted quite fast to that.
Bobcat got off another steal there during auto. Here's no change from checkmate to stop that steal so far. Ooh, really good foul from Evan on Logan there. Red is building a bit of a lead here.
Yeah, already at 115. Blue's falling behind.
The story remains the same. Massive algae lead for Red, and they are leading. Oh, there's that bounce back. That is really early to get a bounce back. Another one. Oh, foul on Bobcat there. You see that strategy starting to come in, starting to work really well there. 3 straight bounce backs with only 5, maybe 6 algae in the barge. It's really good.
Bobcat is playing a little bit of defense, decides to just go for the steal though.
Yeah, the play may be to not allow them to processor with that strategy working so well. Logan fighting for that last algae on the red side of the field. As C keeps putting in those algae to get bounce backs. They have brought this back. It's only about a 10-point game right now.
Yeah, neck and neck right now with 30 seconds remaining. We'll see what can happen these last few cycles.
Those bounce backs are leaving the field and not coming back. Unfortunate, but still working really well and has given Blue a lead here.
10 seconds remaining, and they do have, they are up. Red is pushing here. Having really late from 5 seconds. And it looks like Red did miss some climbs there, but
yeah,
if they did get them, it would be a lot closer ends up with a 230 for blue to 197 on red.
Well, we got to see the strategy not work so much in the last match, and this time that coral forcing the algae to not roll away and just instantly doing bounce outs very early in that match. I mean, there had to be 10 probably algae bounce outs for checkmate there,
Yes.
which was clearly the deciding factor in this match, bringing them back.
Yeah, unfortunately, I did misplace them. That's why they were bouncing out of the field rather than staying in. But it happens, you know.
Yeah, still worked
When
pretty
you're
well
not
overall.
really, yeah, it's hard to practice these strategies without people knowing about them. So we just kind of went in blind and hoped that it worked.
Yeah, working pretty well there. Came back from down 20, I think, early in that match, 20-30 point lead for Team 9999. They were not able to hold on.
Yeah, big effort from them though. Still, I think they probably need to just change having Bobcat play a little bit more processor D.
Yeah.
So that Checkmate can't abuse the processor like they did in that last match.
For sure.
Maybe this match they just thought it wasn't a big deal because last match we tried it and failed pretty miserably. So
yeah, almost stepped up a little bit to think it's not a good strategy, but
yeah,
worked out that time.
We'll have to see in this sixth match here. Looking like it'll go all the way as well.
Here we go. Oh my goodness. That's a whole lot of Barker redbacks on the field. 2 for each alliance, it appears. Immediately going for processors in auto. I didn't know that was a strategy. Pretty big auto lead, I think, for blue. This looks like it's going to be a low-scoring match. 46-34. Blue just going for that processor. Oh, double foul on Casey, trying to cycle there. He has to get all his L4s. Barker can't reach L4, technically.
That is true.
So he's got a big job there. Same thing with Evan. Yeah, Jello. Jello on the rushdowns for Team 9999. They both have a race on those L4s. Red is not putting any in the processor yet, but it seems to be a focus for Logan here. Still about 20 lead.
We did not know that this was going to happen. It was impromptu, so did not remember the lineup to shoot it into the barge. So really, our only option was to processor.
I see
these ones.
Blue building a lead here with double possession foul on Jello there. Bobcat trying to play defense.
Minute remaining, and blue is, yeah, like you're saying, maintaining a lead here.
Yeah, really starting to build in that lead. I mean, the story of the series, the algae battle, is being won by blue, and it's showing in the scoreboard right now.
Mm-hmm. Casey is getting defended quite heavily, though. Still got several L4s left to go. And with 40 seconds remaining, we will see if red can catch up here. They do have quite a lot of L4s and some.
That's not going to help.
Foul there is going to be difficult, but
blue getting a bounce back already with that algae. It's like Evans going for a barge shot here. Oh, that should have. I mean, it did go in, but unfortunately it bounced out. It's not going to count for anything. Can he foul Logan here? Oh, really good job by Bobcat. Will they get another bounce back? They will. Everyone going for climbs.
And as it ends, it's going to be blue win, 191-127. What an impressive scoreline from red there as well. Just wanted to point out the 81-7-5.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that before.
Quite the drop off, but Jello definitely carrying his team on that match.
Yeah. Yeah, red was playing a lot of defense. I think Bobcat played defense pretty much the entire time.
Yes.
Evan, I guess he was scoring some algae or some coral and algae back and forth. We did not do a lot of scoring in that match. Logan was I'm primarily just putting all the LG he can get his hands on in the processor, which is the big scoring difference you see there, 45 compared to Evan's 7. That will mean it's a 4-2 win for Checkmate in the lower finals matchup here.
Indeed it is. And a good match, I have to say.
Yeah, very, very close. Going back and forth.
Fun match to play and fun match to rewatch. So
yeah. All right, our next matchup here will be Kryptonite versus Riptide, which is the third place match, I believe. We'll come up with that in just a moment here. I think we'll take a look at the rankings if we can here in a moment.
I did, yeah. Well,
Looking at that playoff bracket there. Going to our third place matchup next, Kryptonite versus Riptide.
That will mean that Checkmate secures the winner of the losers, at least, which is 5th place in this case.
Yep.
And we'll now get into the upper bracket action here. See who our 3rd place is, 3rd and 4th, and then our winners will be right at the end there.
All right, getting ready for this series. Looking at the matchup, I would think Riptide has an advantage here. Kryptonite usually plays triple rust towns. Riptide has probably the best Sub-Zero player in the game in Lumpy. Usually dominates versus anyone he plays against. It's going to be hard for Kryptonite to pull this out at that disadvantage here.
Yeah, I have to agree. I mean, maybe if these teams have played before.
Yeah.
And have they played in playoffs? No.
They've not played in playoffs yet. I don't remember what happened in the regular season when they matched up.
I think Riptide lost, if I remember correctly, because the Kryptonite spammed processor on Lumpy.
Okay.
Let me look that up real quick, though.
That would be the way for them to find a path to win. Would be to spam the processor, a lot like we saw Checkmate do in that last match.
Yeah, in week 3, it was a 3-0 win for Kryptonite.
Wow. Maybe Riptide still figuring out how they were playing strategy-wise at that point. They were very, very good last week in the semifinals matchup, only barely losing to drop down here to the 3rd place matchup. Well, let's see what happens. Getting into match 1 shortly here. And here comes match 1.
And here we go. Strong start from both alliances here. Does seem that Blue will take the lead with that Lumpy. I think he got 3 pieces, maybe it's 4 that time.
Yeah, massive auto there from Blue. We do see the triple rust versus 2 rust and a Lumpy on that chill out Sub-Zero robot. Early processor, a lot of early processor from Blue here. That's a little bit different from them.
It's an interesting choice here. Maybe they're trying to stop these steals and stop. Oh, they're going for full processor. Lumpy isn't even doing.
He's
this
not
is
doing
interesting
much.
because. Yes, this is something that I have recommended for this team previously. If they're facing triple rust hounds, they don't have to worry about it. Like they can just let everything go into the processor and play it like that. Lumpy's good enough at scoring algae or at coral that it's not really a disadvantage for him to be doing a lot of coral.
Yeah, and getting their
They're
own
already getting
bounce
bounce
backs
backs
here. Wow. Pretty sizable lead here for Blue. 208 to 180.
Ooh, that was close to a foul there. E-Man got caught on that cage. Otherwise, I think Lumpy would have gotten a climb foul there.
Oh, double possession on Abyss there, I think, trying to score on the backside of that reef. Pretty big lead for Blue now, almost 40 points. It's about 30, 40 points here with 40 seconds left.
Looks like Lumpy's just going to throw that one into the barge and then get working on those L2s and 1s. E-Man's going to stay on this side, play that defense that he's known for. 20 seconds remaining, and it's huge lead for Blue at this point. They still got a couple L2s. So I don't see that Red will be coming back from this without some major fouls.
Yeah, hit that 300 point mark.
Yeah, actually a huge score here from Riptide. 5 seconds remaining. I get the last park as well. What an impressive score there. 339 from Blue. I mean, Red did amazing as well with 289. Abyss getting 115 point contribution.
Yeah, not a bad score by
enough.
any means. Yeah. Riptide with a really good strategy getting processor spam going against the Triple Rust Towns Alliance. They were definitely not prepared for that strategy, and it worked really well.
It's absolutely true. It's interesting to pull out against them because it's hard for Kryptonite to be effective while defending processor.
Yeah.
Oftentimes, like you can send like Lumpy or any Sub-Zero onto processor D while stealing and like still be somewhat effective in scoring.
Yep.
But it's a lot harder to be processor D and like regular D at the same time because they can sneak it in quite often. Which means that they just kind of have an advantage strategically where they can choose what they want to do, and Red just has to adapt to it really well in the moment.
Yeah, E-Man just put in a really tough spot because on that Rust Towns, it's just hard for him to slow that down. Yeah, if he was on the chill out, he could still score some algae while playing defense, but with this robot composition, he's in a really tough spot.
For sure. I do think it might be good to have Lumpy switch for either a Boyman or RJ if they're doing the proc spam.
Yes.
Just because they'll be a little bit more effective at that, at catching that algae. And then Lumpy can just do his scoring on those L1s and 2s that are probably remaining at that point. For Kryptonite, what do we think they need to do? It's going to be hard for them. I think they have to go for this algae. They just got to get somebody to go over, get some steals going immediately, and have even like both their alliance partners proc spam at the beginning.
Yeah.
To get everything out of the way as soon as possible.
Yeah, I think that wouldn't be a bad idea to race towards the processor here, just to try to have E-Man go and steal from this side of the field, and then have both the other Kryptonite robots scoring the processor right into auto. That might be a good strategy, so they just get an advantage there, and they can processor spam later in the match.
Yeah,
but we'll see. Starting match number 2. Looks like we're still looking at the same robot composition here. Even start to the auto so far. Blue pulling away slightly, 50 to 50. It's now even. The same auto here from Blue, just a massive auto, 75 points coming out of auto there. And they are starting the process really again. Looks like Red is as well, but you see Lumpy playing that defense.
Yeah, they are double processing, but I really think they need to go. They should just fully commit to it. 2 robots playing normal processor and then 1 doing steals.
Yep.
Just so that you get all the algae gone as soon as possible. Lumpy is playing this processor D, which is probably a win for Blue at this point because
really good foul there.
This is how this comp was made to defeat the Triple Rust.
Yeah,
as
for
potentially
sure.
a higher coral capacity, but these fouls on Lumpy though are making it close.
I mean, Abyss is good enough. You don't even need the 3rd Rust. He fills 2/3 of the reef by himself, typically in a match.
It's very true. The thing is, not having anybody on the other side of the field is giving them bounce backs, and they're not having to worry about defense whatsoever here.
Yep. Still very even though. Oh, the foul on E-Man there.
It does put blue ahead, but we'll see if they can come back from this. There's still 2 algae on the field. Another foul on E-Man.
That's going to be a big difference maker here. It was very even until that slight blue lead now.
Okay, all the algae are gone. Excellent play from Lumpy there to make sure it didn't bounce out.
Comes down to that L1 story. I'm not sure how much. There's a few open spots left on that reef, but not many.
Yeah, I think red has just a 1 or 2 more, and blue has a couple L2s as well on the backside. I think blue is pretty far ahead here just because of point values remaining on these reefs. They're going to need a couple fouls, maybe a misclimb on red, or on blue rather, for red to come back from this.
Blue breaking 300 again without their climbs here.
10 seconds remaining. EBAC going really early for this climb.
Traded fouls there.
Interesting play there. I'm not sure what the strategy is, but blue does appear to have come out on top with 346 to 321.
There was a couple.
I did miss a climb. But,
yeah, it was a couple moments during that last like 4 seconds where I saw it flash, where both teams were at that 330. I think they were at 336 to like 331. It was
331. Yeah,
it was possible, but
it was a close
hits
match.
Their climbs. Yeah. Red misses at least 1, maybe 2, but at least 1. Massive score.
Yeah, definitely interesting.
131.
I mean, he's left alone basically to fill as much of the reef as possible with those double cycles, and that's what you're going to get from a player like Abyss.
Yep, really well done. Unfortunately, not
I mean, if they do want to, yeah. The thing is, I think they really need to go triple algae.
Yeah.
To counter what blue is doing. Because they need 2 people to like overpower the defense of the processor of Lumpy.
Yeah.
And then they need 1 person to steal. And like create pressure on the other side of the field so that they can't just full cycle and have 1 person just proc spam the entire time.
Yeah. They're on the back foot here, down 2-0 in this series. We'll see if they can bring it back starting match 3 in just a moment here. Here comes match number 3.
Ooh, triple Barker.
Big change here.
Is an interesting choice. Means there's no L4s possible without some extreme shenanigans. Unlikely to be able to hit it at least. Lumpy is immediately going for those steals. Not exactly sure what Red's plan is here, because they're already down 50 points.
Unfortunately, they might be switching towards a have fun strategy here, as they may be giving up a little bit going into this 3rd match here. It's going to be pretty hard to do much without any L4s. Massive lead for blue, and a foul on E-back there.
A little bit demoralized, perhaps, because of the missed opportunities in the last 2.
Yeah, I mean,
they got high scores, but it just wasn't enough. Double robots on the other side of the field is
that's gonna be a foul.
Also not good.
Oh goodness.
And cage fouls as well. Fouls all across the field here.
100
not looking great for red.
They have again, 2 robots on the side, on the blue side of the field here again.
Well, I think this match is just about over. Unfortunately, it seems Gluten, I did not believe they could overpower the Rip Gen Alliance.
I guess that's the power of Lumpy and the strategy they came in with. They won this series in 2 matches, basically. Not put that much of a fight.
It seems to be.
Match.
As we're coming down to the end of the match, 20 seconds remaining. See if Red can break the 100-point barrier here. Just need another couple pieces. That foul did it for them. They're going for these climbs. Blue looks to break 300 once again, even under double defense.
Ooh, not quite.
Interesting strategies here on both sides.
Yeah, unfortunate there.
As we have,
Cryptide giving up a little bit, it appears, which is somewhat understandable. Those first two matches were just unbelievably strong from Riptide, putting up 340 in their second match. I don't remember if they scored the first one, but it was pretty close to that. We'll see if they change their strategy again, going into match 4 here in just a moment.
We will have to see if it'll be an easy 4-0 for Riptide here, or it'll be a little bit more of a fight if Riptide decides to go for a more traditional strategy.
All right, starting match 4. Nope, still with the triple Barker here from Red. We'll see if they can do some more. I mean, they do have the ability to score in the barge, that they're doing here in auto. Not being very successful, unfortunately. That same 70-point auto from Riptide, just so strong and very consistent.
Yeah, always
Looks
a big auto from these guys, and
just notice Blue switch to triple chill out. Not that it really matters too much here, but they are getting all the
still
algae
hitting
they
that
can.
70-point auto. That was impressive. With
Yeah, that's wild.
Chill out. I guess Blue realized that Red was not going to be taking this as seriously as they might have previously, so they decided to return the favor.
$70-point lead here from Riptide. Pretty early into the match. All of the algae is off the field. We're just on to Coral scoring and a foul onto Abyss there. I think it was a double possession foul on a boy man. Abyss seems to just be tanking the fouls with no care, which is a strategy.
It is one way to play defense. If you ignore the rules and
yeah, a bit there. 100-point lead here from Riptide, 40 seconds left in the match. Kryptonite breaking that 100-point barrier, but not a very close match here once again.
Indeed. Not sure Blue will break the 300 mark once again in this match.
I don't think they will, because they don't have any climbs.
Yeah, it'll be relatively tricky for them to do. With just 6 seconds remaining. And some shenanigans in the red climber zone, but it won't matter. That's it. He's 279 for Riptide and 140 for Kryptonite.
Well, pretty dominant win for those first two matches there. They were close at times, but the strategy from Riptide, where they were putting algae in the processor to not allow Kryptonite any chance to do their own processor spamming later in the match, really that just won the series from the get-go. Kryptonite not being able to adapt to that at all.
Yeah, absolutely. Kryptonite just were sticking to their game plan, it seems, and didn't have a counter to what Riptide showed in their first 2 matches. especially with those massive autos they consistently got there. It was it's hard for them to come back.
Yeah, I think they averaged 70 in auto throughout that series, even with the triple chill out in the
Even with the triple
last
chill out.
match. Kind of in a way showing their flexibility compared to Kryptonite's lack of flexibility. Playing a triple chill out against a team that can't play chill out, it kind of a funny way to end the series there.
Yes. Yep.
Going to the playoff bracket here.
Now we'll lock in our third and fourth place. That means Riptide will be our third place. So they made quite the show there. Definitely have been higher up, depending on how the bracket went. And Kryptonite is going to be in fourth place at the end of the TLS season.
Yeah, really well done from Riptide. They were in a dogfight last week and barely lost to PL Unk. So not too surprising that they did really well here and ended up taking third place.
Absolutely true. We will have to see now as we go into the grand finals of the TLS 2025 Reefscape season. It's going to be PL Unk, which is Kaiju, Noah, and JP, against Peak, which is Parin, Eric, and Alex. Both teams undefeated in the bracket, as it's required to be in this position. So,
yep,
we'll see who comes out on top here.
All right, we'll start match one in just a moment here. Here comes match number one.
And looks like we have triple rest on Peak.
That's surprising. I think Parin was usually their chill out player, if I'm correct.
Yeah. Maybe they got a little bit of inspiration from Kryptonite and how they were winning their matches and decided to do a little bit of the same. They are proc spamming right off the bat.
Yeah, JP over there scoring that LG, not really playing defense on them yet. Ooh, almost got a good steal there. Wow, Alex almost getting fouled. Pretty close match here, only about 10 points.
It is close thus far.
JP is blocking that processor up now.
One thing I did mention this when Kryptonite was playing this combination as well. I think they gotta just kind of ignore JP until the barrage gets a little bit full. If they're playing this style where they're just scoring into the barrage.
Ooh, a foul on Parin.
Because really, it's not worth their time to be trying to get these processor spams until they can get bounce backs. So if JP is going to fill it out for them,
yeah,
they should just work on that coral and try and win the coral battle, and then go for algae later on in the match.
Blue starting to pull away here, almost a 20 point lead.
Yeah, they both have about even amount of coral scoring left to do as well. Red has maybe a little bit more, but these fouls on both sides are keeping it a little bit closer.
Oh, another foul.
Getting a couple more though.
Yeah.
Ooh,
and a
big foul again.
That's just going to give Blue a massive lead at this point. 30 points. It's going into endgame in just a moment here. Red has to start processor spamming to have any chance, but I don't think JP is going to let them at this point.
Yeah, you kind of have to force it through with two robots if you're going to go for it one at a time. It's going to be difficult to manage. And with 15 seconds remaining, they do have climb advantage. So if Blue misses both climbs, maybe a foul, and Red hits all theirs. But don't think it will end up being the case.
Massive win there from Blue to start this matchup out.
Yeah, 267 big plays from the Blue Lions. Noah and Kaiju both are scoring well for their alliance. as JP didn't have much of an opportunity to force to stay on that processor defense.
Yeah, interesting score breakdown there. Alex and Eric both not breaking 80. Eric can usually score pretty close to 100 on average.
Yeah,
Alex as well
I think
is one of the higher scorers.
I think that really comes down to their strategy there. They're trying to force that proc spam, but when you have somebody just playing full proc defense, it doesn't really work, and even when you get them through, it's only worth 2 points at the beginning of the match because they're not bouncing out. So it's just kind of wasting your time at that point to be doing these algae. So I think you gotta, if they are playing that way, you're playing triple rest. You gotta just ignore it until they fill it up a little bit more, and then maybe at like 40 seconds or 50 seconds, you start proc spamming, try and get those bounce backs. Just make JP do nothing for the entire match, essentially. Force him to play this defense, but waste his time.
Yeah. 1-0 lead there for Pialunk. We'll see. Do you think Peak changes their strategy and puts Paran back on the chill out, or will they adapt the strategy?
They definitely could. I think it's really up to them. If they want to really go for this strategy, then I think it can work. But Pialunk, they were ready for it right off the bat. They knew how to play against it.
Yeah.
So unless they have a little bit something more on top of the traditional just 3 rest hounds, then I think they should probably switch back and try their hand at a mirror composition with 1 chill out on each side.
Okay, getting into match 2 in just a moment. We'll see. Here comes match number 2. They have switched Paran back to chill out, so probably a good idea. Looks like he's scoring an algae there on auto. We'll have to see. Pretty even here so far. Big autos from both alliances. 80 to 5 to 71 coming out of auto here.
Alex does steal off the bat. I think this is a good strategy as well.
Yeah, this is really good.
Trying to win that algae battle.
Blue, a little
I'd like to see Eric bounce these over, but
yeah, you see. Oh, big foul on Alex there.
Yeah, got a little bit too close to that climber zone and knocks Paran's algae out of the barge, unfortunately.
Decent lead for
Eric
Blue.
is now proc spamming.
Yeah, 144 to 117. Likely from the fouls for the most part there.
Yeah, absolutely.
No possession foul on Kaiju there, and Paran gets stuck and misses that algae. JP causing some chaos. Oh, I don't know how that was a foul on Paran and not on JP. That is wild.
He must have just gotten into the zone before Paran got into his own zone.
Pretty sizable lead being built from Pialunk. 50 points here.
Definitely a big difference here in the algae department. Or they seem to be a little bit behind as well. Still got a little bit more to score, which could be blessing in disguise as they have a chance to come back, but they're going to need some fouls or something to make up that difference, I think.
Yeah, the climbs are even this match. Switching the rush downs out for the chill out. They both have 2 climbs now.
Yeah, 30 seconds remaining, and Blue is maintaining their lead, about 40 points, as they're just about emptied the field of Coral on their side. That means Red doesn't really have an opportunity to come back from this. They can't win off of Coral at this point, and algae is all gone, so I think they missed their last Coral there. See if JB can throw it on just for the... Oh, I didn't get it. Almost, though. 1 shy of scoring every Coral on their side of the field, and that will get them a 305-point victory over Team Peak, which is not a small score themselves. 271. Doing excellent as well. Really think it just came down to that algae.
Yeah, slight algae win for blue, and then also a couple of fouls. They definitely won on the foul side as well.
That's true as well, yeah.
Interesting that it was still a pretty sizable win. I mean, I guess this is why Peak was trying the triple rust, is they expected to have some trouble in the algae battle. See if they can change something up again to fix it. I'm not really sure. They had a good focus early on. I think Parin was up. He had 3 algae in before JP even went and put 1, but and then Alex even got an early algae steal, but the chaos, I guess, that JP was causing just allowed Lunk to pull away.
Yeah, definitely true. I'd like to see Eric also focus a little bit more on that coral. I know he did a couple of algae into the process here.
Yeah, he did.
I think if you're going to do that, you got to wait until it's like closer to the end of the match. Like I said, so you have a higher chance of bounce backs. Otherwise, just 2 points. You're taking away points from your own team, essentially. If you just bounce it towards your own barge instead, which takes the same amount of time. So we'll see if they can change anything up for this third match.
All right, here comes match number 3.
And it looks like another strong start for the Red Alliance. At least Blue looks like they missed one, unfortunately. But they're still keeping in this match.
Much lower auto score there, 55 to 55 coming out of auto.
Yeah, a couple of misses, and they're all working together to get that foul and keep those algae out of the Red Alliance.
Eric scored another
Red Alliance's hand.
there.
Yeah, that one wasn't too bad because it's just like a shove it in and it's right there. But when you go out of your way a little bit to do it, you might as well just bounce it away at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Big foul on JP. That'll keep them a little bit closer in this match. I'd like to see Parn on the other side of the field. There he goes now.
He's in trouble there.
Not sure about that play, but no, it does drop one back for JP. Does get fouled for taking a risky line.
Still decently close here, about 10-15 points.
It is, but Red has a lot more coral placing opportunities, rather.
Yeah, they still have at least
more
L4 left, I think. Maybe 2.
Yep. And they got a lot of L3s and 2s, where the Blues basically finished with their L3s and L2s. Already working on those L1s. So Red does have an opportunity to come back from this. It'll all depend on how many algae each team got in the fouls at the end of the match, I believe. 40 seconds remaining. They're running out of the higher point value scoring locations. And they're not quite catching up enough, so it seems they may have lost the algae or penalty battle in this match as well. But it's still close enough where a climb miss could affect the outcome. So they're going to keep spamming these L1s for the highest probability. Looks like Parn's going over to play climb D. That was really close.
My goodness. He's going to have...
excellent idea.
Yeah, it's the right call. Can Red even get up here? It's so late in the match. Oh, wow.
Blue kept up their 2 robots there, which means they managed to win the match, but Red did have an opportunity there. It was close.
Yeah, it was very close. Missed climber 2 away from a loss there for Lunk, but they take match number 3.
Yeah, 3-0 so far.
Yeah, 3-0, a massive score from Eric there, 124. More than 20 points above the next highest scoring person in the server that match.
Yeah, absolutely. Doing quite well for himself. Focusing a little bit more on the coral, which I like to see. Yep.
Another match where we see Lunk just winning the algae battle pretty easily. JP at 40 points more, Parin, and pretty much most of that is Algae. He's not doing a lot of coral scoring until you get down to those L1s.
Yeah, absolutely. It might be interesting to try what they essentially did in the first match, try a proc spam strategy, but keep Parin on a Sub-Zero, so it's a little bit less obvious you're going for it. That way they might get a few more bounce backs before Blue realizes what they're doing.
Yeah, I think a big Algae difference right now is Parin is not really crossing the field. He's staying on his side of the field, whereas JP is immediately crossing the field and staying on Peak side of the field for a majority of the match, except for the little bit of Algae.
It's very true, yeah. Alex is going early to get some steals, but I don't think it's as effective as having your Sub-Zero on the other side.
No, it's not quite as quick.
Yeah, it's fine to do at the beginning, but towards the end, when there's only a couple on your side and there's like 4 on your opponents, you got to go over and try and get some steals so that they don't just have free cycles at the end of the match.
We'll make it.
Alrighty, and we'll get into match point for PL Unk. 1 match away from winning the TLS Reefscape 2025 season. We'll see if they can pull it off in this 4th match here.
Here comes match number 4. Still the same strategy, it appears, from both sides. Parin going for that Algae score in auto, pretty even from both sides so far. A little bit of a slow start there, and a double possession foul on Blue actually is going to give Peak a 10-point lead here out of auto.
Yeah, early Algae lead as well. 3 already in for Red. Alex goes for his normal steal here just to maintain that. They do 2 processor again.
Yeah,
not a huge fan of this, like I said. It is good to get it off the field, but it's only 2 points, and you're spending a lot of time on that, so got to be careful how much you do that. They are maintaining, not really maintaining. They're losing this lead now.
Yeah, Blue actually taking the lead now.
See if this bounces out here. Had an opportunity to, but didn't end up doing so. And now Red has no Algae left on their side of the field, so they're just going for Coral, who still has a few more to do, which will give them a little bit of a bonus.
Parin really should try to steal
some
Algae here. Looks like he'll just focus on the Coral, but leaving JP to just extend that lead.
Yeah, you got to be a little bit worried here, as PLunk has continuously shown that they can empty their side of the field of Coral while still doing all this Algae. So they got to be quite far ahead now in Coral in order for Peak to win. Probably going to need to send some defense over soon.
Yeah, all the Algae off the field before the 1 minute mark is pretty crazy.
Peak does still have like an L4 that they just did there, and a couple of L2s, 1 L3 I see on the side. So they'll come back a little bit, but they're running out of Coral on the Red and Blue side. There's only 6 left in Blue Station. I don't know that they're going to be able to come back from this deficit. They're going to need Blue to miss both climbs to have a chance here. I'd like to see one of these. It has to be Parin, though, to stop the climbs. Yeah, Blue recognizes that, and they go up early. They know they need to guarantee these climbs in order to win the match. As long as they don't swing it poorly. They had a chance there, but Red does end up losing that one, unfortunately. So that's 297, another huge score from PL Unk for your winners there. Assuming there's no ref calls. I haven't seen any.
Nope, clean match. It did flash 291 to 87, I think, for like 1 second there.
Yeah,
they almost swung that away. It was not to be. A clean sweep from PL Unk in the finals here.
Definitely showing their dominance there. They had a good number of close matches, but ended up not going the way of Peak, unfortunately.
That will make PL Unk your champions for TLS 2025.
Congratulations to PL Unk. And as their logo suggests, that is Kaiju, Noah, and JP on that alliance there. Also, great props to everybody else who played in this event. Peak getting all the way to finals. Riptide, Kryptonite, everybody's doing some fantastic Reefscape gameplay, as we've seen in this this stream here.
Yeah, well, thank you everybody.
Congratulations to them.
And
before we go, we do yes. Before we go, we do have a couple of awards to give out or to mention to for some players here. These are community voted, so thanks everybody who voted in these award session. And we'll get started with that in just a second. Alrighty, so we're just gonna go through these real quick. We got some nominations here, and we'll put them up, or we'll say which teams they come from and stuff as we go through. The first award we have is the most effective defense or defender. There was a lot of good defensive plays in this TLS. Lots of different people dipped their toes into playing some defense towards the end of matches and stuff. But definitely the most standout and the winner of this award was E-Man. We just saw E-Man play in Kryptonite versus Riptide. He's on Kryptonite there. So congratulations to E-Man for winning the most effective defender. In a similar vein, we have the Foul Farmer Award. Bit of a joke award here just because of how many fouls we often see on the defensive side when people are playing defense. Same standouts here. Everybody doing maybe a bit less of what they wanted to.
Too aggressive defense, you might say.
Too aggressive defense. Yep, here we go. That's what I was looking for. And the winner of this award is also E-Man. Congratulations to E-Man once again for being the person that doesn't mind going in and getting the fouls.
Yeah,
Finding the limits.
always willing to play defense. It's a very dangerous game. Probably one of the harder games in the SRC simulator to not get fouls in while playing defense. So many big zones that you have to be careful around here.
Absolutely. All right, our next award is for the strongest or best choral scorer. Lots of contenders here. Again, we saw a lot of them in the finals and the third place match. Huge contributions all across the board. But the voted on winner of this award is Noah from your winning alliance there at PL. Extremely strong scorer for their alliance.
Yeah, super consistently putting up 100+ point contributions. Makes it really easy on the rest of his team when you have someone that consistent.
Absolutely. Our next award is the strongest or best algae scorer. This one we have a lot of contenders again, but I think we all have a suspicion on who might have won this one, and it is indeed Lumpy from Riptide. We just saw how oppressive that algae scoring can be. Even just the threat of it is hard to deal with. So congratulations to Lumpy for winning that as well, award as well.
Yeah, really a dominant win in the third place match. And even more impressive how good he is on Algae. He's probably by far the best Coral scoring Sub-Zero chill out player, which makes his auto
Absolutely,
scores just massive for that alliance. Sets them up really well.
Next up, we have the Team Player Award, just for the person on your team that takes the hit or does whatever is necessary to get the victory. And for this award, lots of contestants once again, but the voted winner was Celeste. So congratulations to Celeste there.
Congratulations, Celeste. I believe, unfortunately, was on one of our alliances that had to drop out due to a lot of scheduling issues. They were on Team Cooked, did not play in playoffs here, but they were pretty good through those first couple of weeks. Unfortunate they had to drop out, but a fun alliance to watch while they were still playing with us here.
Absolutely. Next up, we have the Most Improved Award. It's just whoever had the biggest difference from the start of the season to the end of the season, in whatever role they were playing. And for this award, the winner is a boy man. Big props to a boy man who's on a Riptide, I believe, and definitely put up some big scores and deserved for this award.
Yeah.
Next up, we have the. Sorry, go ahead.
That might have been one of the big differences for Riptide. You mentioned early in the season losing to Kryptonite, but I mean, he played really, really well in that third place match to lock that win.
Absolutely did, yeah. For sure did. Our next award is the Judges Award, just the award for somebody you think needs recognition but did not necessarily fill the criteria for the previous awards. And the voted on winner of this one is Ebac. Congratulations to Ebac.
Ebac also on the Kryptonite Alliance there.
Yeah, strong score as well. Definitely, it deserves some recognition. And then finally, for our last award to give out tonight, we have the MVP award, and the MVP of the TLS 2025 season goes to Kaiju. Definitely deserved from Kaiju. Always a strong scorer, and always willing to help out when needed.
Yeah, 100%. One of the few players who can score 130 by themselves in a multiplayer match. Just a really impressive TLS season from Kaiju and from all of PL Unk.
Absolutely true, yeah. All right, that will do it for our awards and for our 2025 TLS season. Congratulations once again to PL Unk for your win. And yeah, that's about all we have. We have a few more events planned in the future, so be sure to keep your eye out on the Discord announcement channel and see what's up and coming.
For sure.
Over there.
Thanks for watching and playing, everybody. Congrats to PL Unk.